Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you guys back, especially after the long break I had to take, y'all. But y'all knew from the last video my mental health was just not where it needed to be, but your girl is good now, and I'm here to just kind of update y'all on what I've been up to since then, and then also get into these life updates because a lot has happened, y'all. First of all, mental health is on fleek currently, and we'll get into that. New job. Your girl got a new job, so no more commuting back and forth. And then I did the big chop on my hair, y'all. I definitely went ahead and did a big chop for the first time since I went natural in 2014. And I do have the footage, so y'all can kind of see my face when I made the first snip and just kind of walk through that with me. But yes, I can't wait to share all this with you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go through some footage and walk you guys through kind of what I've been up to, and then I might pop in with some extra background, and then in the end we'll go a little bit more in depth about just everything. So I'll see you guys on the other side. So I talk about how time consuming a commute is, but we don't talk about how traumatic it is to see stuff like this all the time on the way to and from work. And then I get to work at the absolute crack of dawn, and I'm greeted by sometimes no less than a dozen deer at the front of my job. Because it's that early that I'm there and they think nobody's gonna be here. And of course it snowed a couple more times, because of course it did. But to kind of bring my spirits up from all the BS, I would go and spend time with my grandma, and here she's teaching me how to crochet. And anytime my spirit is low, and it's like she can sense, it's like she'll call me or something like that, and I'll just be like, let me just go on over there. And without a doubt, I'll leave feeling uplifted and loved and confident about whatever I got going on. And then spring started to sprung. Spring was springing, and I started to feel pretty good. Started having outings after work. That's my little work fit. And me and Khalil decided to do Castle Rock after a day of work, and it was actually really good. It felt good to get some steam off from my day-to-day frustration and my commute. And I love Castle Rock Trail. It's just so pretty to look at all the rocks and the caves and just get away from it all. So here you have some rare footage of me actually doing art, believe it or not. Now this project here is actually a set of clay ashtrays that I hand molded, and then I bake them, and then I hand paint them. And these are based off of a piece from my most recent art show, Abundance is Here. And this is from the Spiral into Love piece. It's basically an ashtray version of it. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with these, and I don't know, I just think they're so cute. But this is about the time too when I kind of just pulled back socially, and I was only spending time and really conversing with like my key loved ones, like my immediate family and close friends, just because I was like, okay, we're on the CBD regimen. What are some other stressors? And I realized like a lot of it in my life is just a lot of the socialization just that I allow for in my life, like the casual socialization to really just like be in place, to interact with others and like constantly hear them out about what they're going through. Like I have a big problem with that, y'all. I really do not know how to set boundaries, especially when it comes to friends. I'm an aqua moon, so I'm always trying to be the best possible friend that I can be to my friends whenever they need me or whenever they just need somebody to talk to. So I did have to pull back, and I just really focused on my art. And then, this is around the time my mom's birthday, so it is pretty sad for me, especially with Mother's Day, like almost directly after that. So I do try to look for a light at the end of the tunnel around this time of year, because I know that when her birthday comes around, she tends to send me some kind of blessing. I guess it's her way of being an asset to me from the spirit world. And, this year was just a really good celebration of her legacy. Me and my sister went to her burial site, and, we took her some flowers up there, and we sat with her, and I was able to just, say a few words and speak my piece, and, just ask for any kind of guidance, really, from my mom, for where I'm at in life. And I just feel like from that point on, it really was a turning point. Like, I just felt extremely optimistic. I felt like, I did have some control over the direction my life was going in. And, I should put effort into bettering my circumstances instead of just throwing in the towel. So, yeah, it was definitely a turning point for me from that point, you all. Also, about this time, I got invited to celebrate one of my art mentors' birthdays with her. So I went to her place, and I brought her 2 paintings from my recent art show as well. And I also just, chatted with her and spent some time with her. And it was just, again, very healing, very healing. You see this theme of all these really phenomenal women in my life that always help me get back to center. So I'm so grateful for them. So today was a day when me and my childhood friend Justice, we have been friends since we was like 8 years old, y'all. And we finally got to reconnect after a long time, which is crazy because we live in the same city and have for all this time. This is her daughter. It's so crazy that she has a daughter of her own now, especially looking back at, just our times as kids and little girls. And my sister has a baby now too. So it's crazy to see this new generation of little girls and watching them play like we did. And hopefully they'll form a tight bond like ours is, even in adulthood. So then this is where my mind started turning, y'all. I went to my dad's house after this little outing, and I just got to thinking. I was laying around, and it was so hot, and I was like, I'm about to cut my hair. I can't do it no more. Hey y'all, so I know I'm probably giving drained right now, but I've been in the sun for hours just sunbathing and kind of getting my thoughts together, and now I'm back home with the realization that, girl, you need to cut your dead ends and just stop living in this lie, this illusion that you're just going to keep growing your hair and you'll eventually get to a point and then you'll feel more comfortable. And it's just like, no, because right now I'm having a hard time even styling my hair from where it's just so thinned out, so like lifeless from just having so much heat put onto it. And I'm just like, it's kind of taken away from the point, which was to kind of, well, what I would tell myself is to make my hair more manageable day to day. And it's just like, girl, it's not now, because you've put so much heat on it to where it's like daily you're having to pull that straightener out and do some kind of upkeep because things just ain't laying how they need to. Because I did have braids for about a month, and during that time my hair grew really well up under there. So my hair always does. So it was like, okay, when the new growth came, it was like, hey, we got all this nice new growth, but then it's like, oh, the ends are bone straight. Love that for me. So this is not the first time I've been in this position, y'all. So when I first went natural, I actually transitioned over. So I had just kind of stopped doing perms altogether in like 2014. And then trying to think, I don't know how long it was, but after a while, I think, again, going into the summer, it's just so hot. You're like, I'm not doing this every day. I'm not. And in the summertime, it was just like, okay, or during that time, it was like, okay, let me just go ahead and I see how busy I'm gonna be this summer. I need to get something going with my hair. So I think I just kind of took that leap, and my hair was pretty short, y'all. Like, it was pretty short. And honestly, I felt really beautiful. Like, that probably was like the most beautiful I felt, like authentically me up until that time. And yeah, even when I'm looking back, like I think that's kind of what has led up to this climactic moment now, is because it's all weekend I've been looking at old pictures of my hair just in its natural state, not any heat at all, for like years at a time. And it was so big and so fluffy, and it's just like, that gives a million times more than this to me, because this is nothing. And it's like, it seems like every day my curls is going east and west. And I will never forget, like, I was watching some kind of documentary, and they were just talking about how, like, with black hair, we will go so far as to like straighten it and then still end up curling it a different way, like in terms of styling, like still ends up curled at the end of the day. It's just a curl that's more assimilated. So it's just like, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore, especially this summer, y'all. The past 2 days already have been so hot, and I'm just like, I'm going back to my roots. I don't really care how short I have to go, y'all, but I just know that I'm not going to be doing this every day. And I'm about to be coming into a new era, so I just feel like this is really good for me to do right now, to just like, let's start now. Like, why wait any longer? And also, I just feel like it'll kind of propel me more into that frequency that I'm about to step into. So yes, y'all, right now we're looking pretty rough. Like I said, I've been out sweating and in the sun, so I'm about to take a shower and wash my hair real good, condition my hair real good, and we're gonna see where we are at. We'll see where we're at, and then I'll start making decisions when I see like where exactly the damage starts, and then I'll be like, do we want to go that short, or do we want to give ourselves, I mean, that's where I'm at right now, y'all. I'm ready to cut it all off, so I'll see y'all on the other side. Here I go, y'all. Look at all that. Y'all can see the clear difference, and even then I still need to go up somewhere, but I was like, okay, let's start here. And I cut quite a bit, but even when I went back, y'all, I had to go back and cut so much more because my hair was just so damaged, like all the way up my strands. So I just kept cutting. As you see, that's me standing up like, okay, let me get in the mirror so I can see what I'm doing here. And yeah, I cut off quite a bit of hair, y'all. I was just snipping away. It felt scary, but it also felt good to start fresh. And yeah, I mean, instantly after I did it, I was like, yeah, I really cut my hair. And I just conditioned it real good, and it felt good to rub my hands through my hair and see my curls pop back and know that I was starting off on a new fresh path with my hair. But it was still very shocking, very much so shocking to see my hair that short again. But it's just hair, and it'll grow back, and it's just another step on my natural hair journey. Okay, y'all, so you see me getting ready. I'm about to go to a family cookout in the next town over, and I'm giving 90s grunge like I always do. I'm a 90s bitch. I'm sorry. I will always go for this type of style. This is just me. I love a good leather coat, and I'm just a 90s girl. I'm sorry. Pluto and Scorpio generation vibes. And this is just kind of the view from my hometown. It's so beautiful. Like, when I say I live in the mountains, I live in the mountains, baby. Not that fake ass industrialized version of West Virginia that people be thinking is West Virginia. No, baby. I live in the southern part of the state, the New River National Gorge to be exact. And this is the day I took my niece hiking. I could not wait. I finally got to take her hiking. My sister has been acting so scary about letting me get her out there, so I just kind of snuck her out. And there's Khalil again. He joined me, of course. He always joins me on our hike. And it was just such a beautiful day. I was like, we got to get out. We ain't sitting in this house today. And I was like, are we going to take Miani out here across these rocks? Because this is where we always sit. And I was like, I think I can make it. I can make it. I try to be so careful because when I don't have a baby on my hip, y'all, I be scouring across these rocks like it ain't nothing. I love coming here and sitting. I done had many a good conversation with friends and family out here, or even just myself. I just clear my mind and sit out on the rocks. And always got to anoint myself a little bit with some of the water, and just love coming here. And Miani seems like she had a really good time too. So that's what it was all about for me, really. Okay, so let me go ahead and say this. My family is very much so dysfunctional. So I know y'all done seen Johnson's Family Vacation or even Welcome Home Roscoe, whatever the hell. Same energy in this next clip. Two brothers competing for a child, the number one spot in their mom's life, and to prove that they came out the best in life, whatever the case may be. What this footage is, I guess you could say, a Mother's Day kind of toast that went wrong between my two cousins. And they do this every year, y'all. We have this same get together every year, and literally every year they get into it. So y'all just watch the footage.
Ain't no way. What I gotta do? What I gotta do? This is right. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for being my mother, and thank you for helping me with my son. I love you, and it wouldn't be possible without you. I love you to death, and I'm so happy that the cookout and everybody here, and we love y'all to death. And it's my mama, and I love her to death. That's it! Javon's turn. There you go, Javon. Javon, your turn, baby. J5.
It got stuck.
Get your ass, boy. How the run?
It got stuck. It's not up there now.
That's when we want to kick your ass. Kick your ass. It's stuck, then. Go ahead, Javon. Go ahead, Javon. Check this out. What's up? Okay. J5. Naked and afraid. Are you naked? Or are you afraid? Let's go talk to him. Let's go, Young Money. What's up, Young Money?
Hold on, let me say what I want to say.
He's stepping in. He's not away.
That's it.
That's it.
At the end of the day.
Hold on. Hold on.
Damn.
No. Javon don't. That's my little brother.
Little brother. Your little boy.
At the end of the day,
Young.
I want to thank you for being
I'm gonna cry.
I can't shut my cry. Cry on, baby. Can you please shut up?
That's better. What happened to the music?
Who gives a damn?
Tiger, say it loud. I want to hear it.
Thank you.
I want to hear Tiger say it loud. My mother raised me. She showed me how to be a damn man. You my dog. She showed me how to be a man. She sent me where I need to go. Get off of me, please.
My dog. My dog.
Please.
Get my brother right here.
17 years old. 17 years old.
Oh, yeah, boy.
That's tough, John.
I'm not better.
Yeah, so it's a lot, y'all. Let's get into the mental health. First of all, mental health has improved. I am no longer on my CBD regimen. I've just kind of fostered a better environment for my mental health. I actually had a friend from college reach out about the last video, and I won't, go in depth about their identity or anything, but you know who you are. And we just have had this really nice open dialogue about kind of some of the stuff I talked about in the video and my own struggles and their own struggles with bipolar, and just it's been really nice to just kind of have, even if it's just two people, like a sense of community, a sense of like understanding in that realm. It's been amazing. And yeah, I've just been, as you can see from the footage, spending like endless time in nature. I've been spending time with my loved ones, setting a lot of boundaries, so y'all, like a lot of boundaries, especially socially, because it's like I'm like one of them. I'm like one of those introverted extroverts. Like I have extremely introverted moments, then extremely extroverted moments. So it's just about kind of knowing what works for me and being really, really like stern on that with people in my life has been life-changing ultimately. Beyond that, just really focusing on my art, focusing on my publication, trying to get some consistent pieces out, and then even with that, it's just like what I feel comfortable doing. Nothing I'm doing is me forcing it or pushing myself. It's all like what I just feel comfortable doing at my pace, on my schedule. So that has been phenomenal. Definitely too, not to get too quickly into the new job, getting up at my old job. I loved what I did. I did love the people I work with, and I respect them a lot, but it was just too damn much unnecessary socialization. I mean, it was just quite a few people that worked at this organization and all these different departments. It's just like, it's nowhere you can go without coming in some kind of contact with someone, even if it's just like to have like a polite little I hate small talk first. I hate it. So it's just like that all day, and then it's just like in a small space with people all day, and then you're talking with people all day on the phone, helping clients. So it's just like so much social, and I'm realizing just due to like social anxiety, I have to really build up to social interactions. And also, you know, with my mood extremities with bipolar, it's like certain interactions can take me somewhere else. Like I could really get rubbed the wrong way and it have like a significant impact on the rest of my day. So yeah, I mean that in itself. So it's usually better for my socialization to be, I guess I would say, limited, or at least within my sphere that I'm comfortable with, in order for me to be okay socially. So a lot of that's going to get cut out, especially just being remote. It'll just be, well, hopefully it'll just be me interacting with my clients and my, I guess, coworkers and things of that nature, but they're on the other side of the country in Washington State. So that's just that. Like I look forward to that, and just kind of knowing that there was an end in sight. And also the micromanage. I can't do a micromanagement. I hate being micromanaged. And that's just toxic office culture. Everything I'm listing is just toxic office culture that we've just kind of been conditioned. Like everybody that's like, oh, we got to get back to work for what? Them is the ones that, ooh, I hate to say it, but maybe have like limited social life outside of work. So work is like their main source. And I'm just like, I mean, that like, we're two different people, you know, what works for somebody else just absolutely don't work for me. So I mean, I get it, but it just doesn't work for me. So that's what I'm saying. Just that, the typical office interactions, and, you know, just overhearing like people's opinions on, like, I hate, like, can I just be at home with my own thoughts? And then like the micromanagement, like being in the same specific area with your boss and stuff so they can kind of watch over you, like that's a lot of the reason. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason my old job too wouldn't go remote, because they couldn't babysit employees. That's really what it comes, I hate to say it, but I'm good. And too many areas in the rest of the country is already moving into the future for me to be settling for that. So, and yeah, just going forward, you know, I did get a remote job, so now I can kind of have my own social sphere, set my own social pace in life, and work from the comfort of my home, and have that control over my bodily autonomy again, you know, not being told I have to physically be somewhere for a certain amount of time. It's like I might be told in this situation where you know, I do have to do my job for within a certain, you know, set of work hours, but it's not like I'm being told I have to physically be there. And then it's just like it's not being told to me that I have to physically again be somewhere. Like I can literally travel all throughout the country as long as I'm doing my set amount of work within my set work hours. I could literally be anywhere. So it's awesome. It pays significantly more, y'all. So not only am I saving money from not having to commute, but it's like I'm also making more money. So it's like win-win situation. I'm so excited. It's actually been like a slight delay in the starting. So I was supposed to start like at the beginning of the month and it got pushed back. So I just been kind of chilling at home. I've needed the break, honestly. I've honestly needed the break so bad. So I've just been trying to settle into the concept of not having to wake up so early, not having to do anything. Like that's hard when you've been conditioned from capitalism. It's hard to not feel guilty about like relaxing and catching up on rest. So I'm really, really happy to have had the time to do so. This big chop. As y'all can see, I got my faux locks in instantaneously after doing my big chop, just because I wasn't ready to style it just yet. I was not ready. Like I was already shocked that I kind of did that on a whim and my hair was that short, and then it was like, damn, like now I have to like style this again. And I actually had to go back and download older pictures from when I cut my hair that short in the past, like the first time I did the big chop, so that I could kind of get an idea of how to approach it again. And yeah, I mostly did it because it was so hot that day, y'all, and I actually look forward to, I guess I might come about these faux locks. Well, I'm not gonna speak on nothing. We'll see when I do decide, but at some point in the summer, I'm gonna take my faux locks out, and I'm gonna be so excited to just kind of work with my tiny afro again. I actually really like that tiny afro period. That was actually like the most beautiful I felt up until that point, honestly, as a black woman. Like when I went natural and I kind of just came out with it, and yeah, it was a lot to get used to, but it's very, very empowering. So I look forward to that. But yes, y'all, it is getting dark up in here. I'm about to hop off of here. I just wanted to give y'all a little update. I might do some story times in the meantime, between time, before I do another vlog. My next vlog might be like, you know, just me getting my remote space set up, my first day on the job, all that kind of stuff. And then now that I can work from anywhere, it's about to be hella travel vlogs, period. So beyond that, we got some remote vlogs and just like some travel vlogs. Just being me on here, because like I said, this is just a video diary at this point. So yes, thank you guys for coming back. Thank you guys for being loyal enough to return after I disappeared. And yeah, we will talk next time. Bye.